$500,000 doesn't make you rich, but it does something far more important. It makes life stop feeling fragile. Right now, for most people, money feels tight even on good months. One surprise bill can ruin your mood for weeks. One bad decision feels dangerous. You're always reacting, always catching up. Here's the part nobody says out loud. You're not stressed because you're bad with money. You're stressed because you don't yet have margin. And margin changes everything. I didn't understand this at first. When I hit my first big financial milestone, I thought I'd feel proud. Instead, I still felt tense because my lifestyle grew faster than my stability. That mistake almost erased years of progress. Most people believe the goal is more money. But that's not the real goal. The real goal is reaching a point where things can go wrong and your life doesn't fall apart. That's the hidden obstacle. Not income, not hustle, but durability. And this is where the $500,000 mark quietly changes the game. Not because you buy better stuff, but because money stops slipping through your fingers. Before this point, every paycheck matters. You feel the countdown to payday. A bonus feels like relief, not a reward. Money enters and exits your life fast. There's no pause button. After this point, something subtle happens. Urgency fades. You still care about money, but you're no longer desperate for it right now. Time shifts to your side. You can wait. You can say no. You can walk away from bad deals. And that ability to wait is power. This is where many people get confused. They think $500,000 is about lifestyle. It's not. It's about absorption. A medical bill becomes annoying, not terrifying. A bad month becomes a setback, not a crisis. A job loss feels stressful, but survivable. Your finances stop magnifying problems. They start absorbing them. That alone removes a constant background stress most people live with for decades, without noticing. And then something even stranger happens. Your money starts working loudly, while you stay quiet. That modest returns, a properly invested portfolio at this level can grow by tens of thousands a year. No overtime, no burnout, no extra effort. It shows up whether you're motivated or exhausted, whether you're healthy or sick, whether you're working or resting. That's when the relationship flips. You're no longer pushing money forward every day. The money is reinforcing you. It feels unsettling at first, in a good way, because for the first time, progress isn't tied directly to how hard you're pushing yourself. But right here, this is the danger zone. This is where most people ruin it. $500,000 is the most tempting number you'll ever hit. It feels like a rival. It feels like permission. It feels like proof you're different. And that feeling is expensive. This is when people upgrade cars, upgrade houses, upgrade lifestyles, but they don't upgrade their asset base. The compounding that should have carried them forward gets quietly suffocated by new expenses. Nothing dramatic happens, no big crash, just slow leakage, and suddenly the cushion is thinner again. Here's the hard truth. Wealth isn't built by living large. It's built by keeping lifestyle growth below asset growth. That's it. That's the rule. The wealthy look boring at this stage, on purpose. They stop chasing big wins. They stop swinging for home runs. They stop taking risks that could erase years of effort. Not because they're scared, because they're smart. Once you reach this level, losing money hurts more than gaining it feels good. Because loss doesn't just cost dollars, it costs time. And time is now the most valuable asset you have. So the goal changes. It's no longer about doubling fast. It's about staying in the game. Growth still matters, but survival matters more. This is where compounding actually works, only if you don't interrupt it. And as this mindset settles in, something deeper shifts. Your identity changes, quietly, internally. You stop seeing yourself as someone who just works for money. You still earn, but that's no longer the whole picture. You start seeing yourself as someone who owns capital and is responsible for what it does next. The questions you ask change. Not how much did I make this month, but how is my money growing without me? Spending loses some of its pull, not because you're deprived, but because long-term goals feel more real than short-term wants. Work stops being the center of your financial life. It's still there, but it's no longer holding everything together. You're no longer only trading time for money. You're owning pieces of the system itself. And once you see money that way, it's hard to unsee it. This is the treasure most people miss. $500,000 isn't freedom. It won't remove responsibility. It won't guarantee ease. But it is the doorway. From this point on, the math matters more than effort. Time and compounding finally work with you instead of against you. Small, reasonable returns can carry you forward, as long as you don't sabotage them. That's why restraint beats ambition here. Spending it like a reward feels good today. Treating it like a seed changes your life later. The people who turn $500,000 into millions aren't always smarter. They're just more patient. They avoid unnecessary risks, and they let compounding finish the job. If this helped clarify where the real shift happens, subscribe and share it with someone who's still chasing the wrong milestone.